This video is sponsored by Blinkist. LeBron James is one of the best basketball players of all time, and he's been quoted as saying that sleep is one of the most important factors for his amazing success. There was actually a study done on a Stanford basketball team where all they did was improve the length of sleep that they were actually sleeping every night, and they saw some dramatic improvements in their athletic performance. Incredibly, they could run faster, they could shoot more accurately, and their three-point percentage went up by 9.2%. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the best strategies and tips that LeBron James uses to get that perfect night of sleep. And I thought it'd be fun to try actually sleeping like LeBron James. At the start of this video, I'm going to be shooting 53s to see what my percentage is. And then after 7 days of sleeping like LeBron James, I want to see if I've actually improved my jump shot and if my percentage has gone up. So let's jump into it. Let's start shooting some hoops. So I'm going to shoot 50 shots and see how I go. Let's do it. Number one. Oh, so I got 12 of 50, which is 24%. Nothing impressive. Let's see if sleep can help my performance. So according to LeBron James, the most important thing that you can do to get a good night of sleep is to set the perfect environment.
Be very, very comfortable, in that room, just create an environment.
So first, LeBron sets the temperature of his room to somewhere around 68 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which in Celsius is 20 to 21. If the room's too warm, it can actually hinder your ability to fall asleep. You might just lie in bed tossing and turning. And when you do fall asleep, that heat might actually hinder your ability to get really good REM sleep, which is the stage of sleep where you dream, where you process learning and restore your body. So definitely for this little challenge, I'm going to be trying to nail the temperature of my room. And to do that, I've got a fan, which I think is a little bit better than using an air conditioning unit. The air conditioning unit can actually influence the quality of the air, and sometimes you might wake up with a dry throat or really dehydrated from sleeping with an air conditioner on. And so while I can't control the temperature perfectly with a fan, I can definitely lower the temperature. The next step that's really important is keeping your room completely dark. Light exposure can actually influence your internal clock to signal your brain to stay awake and alert. If you live in a city like me, there's going to be a lot of light coming off from the streets. And so really making sure that you've got good curtains to really block out all the light is crucial to getting that perfect night of sleep. Also making sure that all of your electrical devices are turned off, and if they do emit any light, then maybe putting tape over it to really ensuring that your room is pitch black. By doing that, you're going to be telling your brain that it's sleep time. You can't just put this off until you get to bed, and LeBron makes sure that he cuts out all light at least an hour before going to bed. So you really need to be winding down your use of electronic devices. So that means not scrolling through your phone or social media or your emails while you're in bed. You really want to cut that out, and that's going to help you get that better and perfect night of sleep. According to Harvard research, light exposure is the biggest reason why people in today's society aren't getting great sleep. I'm really going to be focusing on trying to remove that because I know I have a tendency to sit in bed and watch YouTube and jump on social media, and it's a bad habit of mine. Another thing is I do have smart lights. And so when I am in bed and getting ready for bed, I can control the light that is emitted from those lights, and I can make them red. Red light has much less blue in that light, so your brain is much more likely to think that it's getting time to bed, and it's going to be a lot more relaxing. LeBron has mentioned that he uses some form of meditation and relaxing sound to actually help him go to sleep. And the app that he uses is Calm.
I'm the guy who picks rain on leaves.
I love it.
That's what goes on my phone throughout the night.
Calm is a really popular app that's used by people all around the world to help them meditate and go to sleep. You can find soundscapes, exclusive music even from people like Moby, and bedtime stories read by people like Stephen Fry and Matthew McConaughey. So these are a few of LeBron's best tips to get that perfect night of sleep, improve his performance, and improve his recovery. And another really important thing for LeBron is extending the time. He commonly has naps during the day, and that's something that he's a really big fan of to help his body restore. But he also really tries to sleep over 8 hours every night. So it's somewhere around 9 to 10 hours that LeBron shoots for.
The more and more time that you get, those 8, even if you can get 9, that's amazing. Sometimes I even get 10 hours of sleep. And if I don't get those 8 to 9 hours at night, then I'll go home. I'm gonna tell you right now, Tim, when I leave here, I'm gonna go home and take me a nap.
For me, I sleep probably on average closer to 7 hours, which is the average in Australia. During this little challenge, I'm going to be shooting to try to get it over 8 hours, maybe even approaching 9 hours, which is something that might be a little bit difficult for me. I'm not used to sleeping that much, but I'm really going to be pushing for more sleep, which means more recovery and hopefully better performance and improving my jump shot. So that is my little challenge, and I'll check back in a week and shoot some hoops again.
1 week later.
So it has been 7 days of sleeping like LeBron James and taking all of the advice, and now back at the basketball court, trying to shoot some threes, and hopefully I can improve my score from 12 out of 50 last time. So let's shoot, see how I go. Start with a swish, let's go. $49, 50%. The money ball. Have I got it? Yeah, I got it. Oh, I got it. I got it. No, I got it. 24. Whew. Good little exercise in the morning. Got 24 out of 50, which massively surpassed my expectations. So that's 48%. So I've gone from 24% to 48%. I've doubled my shooting effectiveness. And now I'm sure there's other factors at play. But because I was more well rested, I definitely just feel more focused. Because if you think about it, when you're shooting a jump shot, it's all about, you know what you need to do. You've shot a ball in the hoop before, but you need to just focus on getting the motions correct. So by being more well rested, I can focus on that motion. I can make sure I'm jumping forward, snapping the wrist, all of the things that I know make the ball go in the hoop. So there you go. Maybe sleeping like LeBron actually does improve your jump shot. And now that I've slept like LeBron James, I can shoot like him. Oh! If you're like me, you might find it hard to sit down and relax and actually have the time to get through and read a book. Years ago, I discovered this app called Blinkist, who is actually sponsoring this video. And they take thousands of the best and most popular non-fiction books. They take the best lessons and tactics and strategies from those books and then turn them into these short lessons that you can either listen to in like 15-minute chunks, or you can read those lessons. So personally, I like the Blinkist app because if I'm wanting to check out a different book, I can probably find it in this Discover area, check it out for myself, see if I like it, and then if I do like it, then I can delve into the real book and go through the whole thing. And if I feel like I've already got the best information, then I can move on to another book. I also really like it because if I read a book and it was a few years ago and I want to review those lessons that I learned from it, I can just dig it up. Let's say I want to get into the 4-hour work week and I can review that book again and remember all of those great lessons. I personally like to use Blinkist when I get up in the morning. I can chuck in my AirPods while I'm brushing my teeth and getting ready for my day. I can be listening to a book. A couple of books that I would recommend. 4-Hour Work Week's a great book if you're interested in starting your own business and want to be more efficient and tactical in how you approach that. The Power of Habits is a great book by Charles Duhigg. That's really good about firstly understanding how do habits actually get formed in your own life. And if you're trying to be, more mindful and meditate, or you want to wake up early, it's a great book to really understand habits. And then I also love Own the Day, Own Your Life by Aubrey Marcus. I'm a really big Aubrey Marcus fan, and he's an influencer, he's a philosopher, he's a podcaster, and he wrote a great book which has a lot of great tactics on how to have a fantastic day. Blinkist is giving an offer to you guys where the first 100 people to go to my link, blinkist.com/Max Hertan, will get a 7-day free trial where you can cancel anytime. And if you do like the service, then there is a 25% off your full membership. So I want to thank Blinkist for sponsoring this video, and thanks for watching. And as always, happy learning.